When the rescue team reached the icy ridge, they didn't find the missing climber. All they found was his GoPro half buried in the snow. They were hoping the footage would give them answers, a clue to where he might have gone. The first few clips were exactly what they expected. Clear skies, breathtaking views, the confident crunch of his boots on the fresh snow. He was making good time, smiling at the camera, talking about reaching the summit before noon. The weather was perfect. The conditions were ideal. But then, about an hour into the footage, a deafening static sound suddenly cut in, completely overwhelming the audio. The picture glitched, distorting his face for just a second. The video feed stabilized, but everything had changed. The sky, once a brilliant blue, now looked dark and heavy. The wind, which had been a gentle breeze, was now a howling gale. The climber's breathing, once steady and rhythmic, was now ragged and panicked. He kept glancing over his shoulder, his eyes wide with a terror that the camera couldn't fully capture, but you could feel it. The camera started shaking violently, not just from the wind, but as if he was running from something. He was breathing hard, almost sobbing. You can hear heavy rhythmic thuds in the background, like something massive walking just out of frame. The camera whipped around, catching a blurry glimpse of a dark shape against the snow before he stumbled. Then, silence. A deafening, absolute silence. The camera pointed at the gray, overcast sky for what felt like an eternity. It must have fallen from his grip. Snowflakes began to drift into the lens, slowly obscuring the view. The rescuers thought that was the end of it. Another tragic story of a climber lost to the mountain. But then, the footage flickered again. The static returned, louder this time, and then a hand reached into the frame. It wasn't the climber's hand. The gloves were different, larger, and made of a strange, dark material. This new hand, slowly, deliberately, picked up the GoPro. It held it for a moment, the lens pointing directly at the empty, snow-covered landscape where the climber should have been. Rescuers combed every inch of that area. They confirmed he was already gone. There were no other footprints, no signs of anyone else. So, who was holding the camera? But the footage tells a different story. Thanks for watching.